Hi, this tutorial covers the collection of deviation error values, and in particular for when my device is used in a landscape orientation. The same technique also applies to portrait orientation. We will use a distant feature to give us our initial accurate bearing. In a previous tutorial, we showed how to place target pins for accurate reference points. In this case, we're using a large, easily identifiable tree on the skyline. It is about 1.5 kilometers from my location and is easy to identify on the map. From the main drop-down menu, select Deviation. Fill in the device name and that the first bearing will be to a distant feature. Then select Landscape Orientation, in this case, Camera to the left. Select Next to move on to the next screen. Enable the magnifier to more easily see the distant feature. When aligned with the crosshairs, simply tap the screen. The actual bearing to the distant tree, based on GPS coordinates, is about 201 degrees, but our device is reporting a value of 195.3 degrees true. Hence we have a deviation error of minus 5.6 degrees. Slowly follow down the target line towards your feet. Rotate 45 degrees and then slowly and smoothly follow up the next line to the next target. Once you have it centered, tap the next button to record the observed bearing. Repeat this process in 45-degree increments. The arrow should help guide you to the next target. Slow, smooth movements are required to ensure the surface tracking technology retains a good lock on the surfaces and textures it has found. Repeat this process until bearings to all 8 targets have been captured. It was quite breezy on the ridge here today, so there is a bit of wind buffeting impacting my ability to hold the device nicely on target. Once you've completed capturing observations for all 8 targets, it is good practice to return to your initial bearing to check that the target is still aligned. If the surface tracking has been lost at some point, then the initial target will no longer be correctly aligned. But here it's pretty good. So we're going to tap on Save. The 8 observations allow us to compute an error correction curve. If we now switch into the live view, we can see the uncorrected bearing to the target is about 195 degrees. Tap the delta symbol on the left to turn on deviation error correction. You can see the deviation error correction being applied as we rotate. More tutorials and enhancements coming soon. We hope you find the Augview Compass app useful and fun to use.